Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming back on with some more project shares for Scrap Diva Designs, and here is Erica's card and her website, all of her other information, and make sure to follow the hashtag Scrap Diva Designs. Check out what everybody else is making. So the first little project I'm going to share, I used these sewing stamps, and I forgot to cut one out, so I set it on the top, and I think it says, I'm not messy, I'm creatively crafty. So this is the only one that I forgot, so I'm going to share the rest of them, but I set it right on here so I don't forget to stamp and cut that out. But I will share the stamp sets. And they are, I have them just on these little pink sheets of paper. So here is the first one, and it says, I'm so awesome, I'm so awesome. This is where the other one should have come in. I cut these out twice, and I did use her, I used quite a bit of dies. The projects that I'm going to be sharing. It is the flower doily dies, and it comes with the doilies and the round pieces. Super cute. And then I just put some bows, this tiny little like plasticky flower, and then these flowers here, these are from Handmade by Creating for Fun. And then just a little bow. And then here is the next set. And for that, I used, I think it's just this Christmas stamp and die set. There are a bunch of stamps. It says like to and from and jolly and open me and special delivery, like little Christmas. There is a little present, and then there's little tags. So I used this die. Nice one to have in your stash. Okay, don't want to get these mixed up. So I did that on all 4 of these, and I just doubled them up with foam. And then this here is from the Sewing Machine mini album. I just cut out tiny little spools and then just put some, I forget what this is called, but some string on there. These came out so cute. And then here is the next one. And then I used her Shabby Chic Memorydex because it has a lot of cute little pieces. There's also like a seam ripper and pins and a pair of scissors, and then a word that says Shabby Chic, and then a tiny little pin cushion. I don't know if it's a pin cushion or a thing for thread, but I'm just calling it a pin cushion. So I did a few of the little pins, and I did a thimble. Super cute. I love this stamp set. I did them all in pink. Adorable. So that is the first one. And then the second one, let's see, did I already share? I did. So I can set this aside. Okay, and now for the second one, I am going to share the keys and lock set. Now my keys are a mess. I need to go through and put the magnetic sheets because I have ripped these all to pieces. So you get a heart, like a star, another little lock, and then you get 4 keys, and they are so pretty. I just have to pop the paper cardstock that's still in there, but super pretty keys. And then I do believe this piece here is for the corners of this one. I did not use those. So actually, I'll just set this aside. And I used my one of the heart-shaped lock, and then here is the little key that I cut out so that I could get into my little, I made the embellishment book from Scrap Diva. It is, oh nope, that's not it. Here it is. I told you I had a lot of dies out. The 3D embellishment book, and here are all the pieces. I've been playing with this all day, off and on, and then there's more pieces inside. There's even a flower die in here. I love this die set. So I put the heart key here, and here is the little key to open it, and I just used some seam binding and a little wooden bead. But this came out so cute. But before I share the rest of it, I wanted to share my keys. So you just open it up. And then here are the other, here is the lock. Here are the other two locks. I have not embellished them yet. I just left them plain. And then I stuck the keys like on one of those little, I forget what they're called, but here are the rest of the keys. And these two pieces here, I used the file card storage box. There is a pretty piece in here. This right here is supposed to be the back of the file box. And then this is like a decorative piece to decorate it inside. So that's what I used to put these on. I thought that was so pretty. And then the other stamp set that I wanted to share, I used her wanted poster sign dies, and I cut out the back piece, cut out the piece that I stamped, put some of Lori's flowers. These kind of got flattened out. And just pop them back up. I put some flowers and a little bow and then signed my name on it. But this is the 3D embellishment book, and this here I had gold thread on it, and I just spray painted it. I saw somebody else do this, but with a wooden one, so I just saved my plastic one and just spray painted it. I think I'm going to put a pretty little bow on here, so I just put that for my little hanging thing. But oh my gosh, this is so cute. I love this. And then before we move on to that, these little corner pieces, if you have the, gosh, what is it called? The 3D claw machine. Inside the 3D claw machine, there are dies. There's a bigger one here, and then there is a smaller one here. I still have the smaller piece right here, but I don't know if you've ever seen, like, people are making those really fancy, like, fabric bookmarks, like in it's just like a little corner piece. Then you set this on the corner, but they obviously make them bigger and embellish it up. But that's where I got the idea to use these for the corners of my embellishment books. I even like putting them on, like if I cut a piece of paper out to put embellishments on it, just cut these out and stick them right on the corners. So pretty. I mean, just something so simple. So that's what I used for the corners of my embellishment book, but these were inside of it. And then here they are here on the front and on the back. And then I just used a bow acetate that I got off of, oh my gosh, Frank Garcia Studio. I need to order more because I'm almost out. And then I used Woodland Grove, and I think Forever Fields, maybe a bunch of different, from different Maggie Homes, but I did make it into a shaker. That thing really flops around. But this is so cute. And on the front of this, I used her doily dies as well. These flowers here are from Cut Me Clay Flower Shop. I just put a little butterfly, and I did use magnets. So I put that there because I wanted some of the sequins to stay at the top, but I love how the little corners came out on that. And then you open it up, and I did do the corners on the inside. It's hard to see them, but the inside here, I did use the file card storage box. I know she has a die out because I have it and I could not find it. It is somewhere. I've been cleaning my craft room and organizing my dies, so they're in probably the 3D section, but I couldn't find it, but I will. So I just used the file card storage box, and I just you know, cut the back piece out, the front piece out, and then my little keys, they will just pop right in there. And then my little locks, I can set them right there. Still have to embellish those, but I love this 3D embellishment box too. And as soon as I saw that key, I thought it would make the perfect little front part to this album. And then, okay, you could just put your little embellishments in there. And I did have this sewing machine in here. I don't know where it went to. Oh, here it is. The mini sewing machine album that I already had shared. I don't think nope, it won't fit that way. So I'm just gonna pop her right in there. And that just closes up with the magnet. I love these locks, so pretty, especially with that pretty little pink bow. But here is my key so I can get into my little embellishment book. But that is my project shares for Scrap Diva Designs. And let's see, what did I do with Erica's card? I set it underneath pile of dies I had out, but anyways, I will, okay, sewing machine doesn't want to stay in, but I will leave the links down below to all of the dies that I shared, and I do have a coupon code, which is Davina10, and you can save 10% off of your order. And thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good night. Bye.